everybody, what's up? I'm Naomi.
My name is Aaron.
This is Heard It Now, and today we have Members Only Volume 2 for you guys. Highly requested, recommended that we check this out. First up, XXX intro.
Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Ask me about my plans.
Right now, all we're hearing is dun 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 going on in the background, lo-fi, and he's just kind of giving a little bit of his intro pieces that we're kind of used to now. He's done that on just about every project we've listened to. There's some kind of intro, and it's usually along these lines. I kind of like some of the things he's saying here because I can relate, where he's just like, yo, don't pretend you're enjoying my company, things like that. It's like we've all felt like that. We're gonna jump into the next track after that intro. Broly. Ski Mask featuring X, so.
Every
once in a while I hear this integration of sci-fi into hip-hop, and they've done it a lot in their, especially in their earlier tracks. I don't know if they're influenced by like horror movies, if that's what it is, because I knew they're into that, so I don't know if that's where they're picking it up from, but a lot of like eerie UFO sounding type instruments. The first time I ever really heard that was K-Tronada's Glowed Up featuring Anderson .Paak a couple years ago. But I mean, obviously it was going on. I just said no.
You chill like a pistol, I love me. You chill like a pistol, hey. Pull out shoes, pull out waist, pull out rain, pull out gun.
That's X doing that? That sounds totally different. It sounds like a kid. Like he sounds very young.
Yeah, that has to be some kind of vocal manipulation, because Members Only Volume 1, he didn't sound like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, this section's really catchy.
Yeah.
Pull out deep, pull out rain.
I really dug the beat on that.
Yeah, I'm always down for some bass.
Even though it had this sci-fi instrumentation, it was still kind of melodic. It was kind of beautiful sounding, weirdly. It was a fun track. It was catchy.
I got that whole pull up stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Up next, Bitch Call Me Captain Morgan. That's obviously in reference to the alcohol.
Magazine cover, see my mama have better treatment, see some boy fucking better big fuck big.
Now it's a little industrial, the music. Because it sounds like some kind of saw or something going on in the background.
Okay.
Kind of maybe just like echoed out and with like some reverb, making it sound a little distant. I really dig the beat on this too.
NASCAR cap with a strap to his back, brass knuckles on my hands so I can't call back. Bitch, I got bail.
I mean, I guess if you got bail, you gotta make a fucking song about it, right? Saying, bitch, I got bail. Letting them know you're out. I feel like I liked it more when it started, and then once it started getting to like the outro section, I was just kind of like, okay.
I actually kind of enjoyed the track more for the atmospheric element of it than I did for the lyrical content. I mean, it was okay. XXXTentacion's delivery was kind of moody sounding as well. And so in combination with that eerie-ass beat, I mean, it does kind of create an atmosphere and a vibe. The outro I didn't mind either. I actually kind of thought it was kind of catchy, even though it was kind of nonsensical to me.
That bitch, I got bail.
Yeah, it was alright.
Up next, Splash, and it's just Ski Mask.
Members Only, Volume 2.
I don't know where the song's heading, but that's just a weird sounding intro. It kind of sounds like horns. Like when you buy the cheapest keyboard you can at Toys R Us, like for a child or something, and there's like horns and like duck sounds and shit. Like that's kind of...
Beats by Asia's gonna come for you.
In a second, Beats by Asia, okay? We haven't heard all of it yet, okay? So far, you're using some cheap sounding horns. But it might work well with the rest of the beat. We'll see how it fills up.
Splash, 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 splash.
So you're digging it so far.
Fuck yeah. Splash, drink more water. Love it, love it, love it.
I thought he was just promoting a hydrated lifestyle. But I think he's talking about fucking a girl.
Oh.
Sucky bloody bitch, I'm jacking the baby. Poppin' every when I'm in the Mercedes. Like a passive bitch, I go by the code. Coca Yoda, let the play in her nose. Hey.
Wow.
That was actually like a pretty fun set of bars by Ski Mask. Like that flowed so well. Like,
and it was like
delivery,
pretty lyrical in there.
Yeah.
He was like, I mean, he's pretty dirty. They always are, but you know, he had some catchy shit in there.
Buddha just had some animals, hey. She poppin' for daddy, know where her pennies go, hey. A nigga leaning like the pizza tower, ho. Young nigga, just.
Yes.
That contrast between his like Busta Rhymes type speed rap type flow, and then when he's able to kind of like just break it down a little bit and go back into that trappy bounce, like it's really effective. Your body ends up fluctuating with the speed of his flow. You know, he's kind of like manipulating you in that way. It's pretty fun to listen to for sure.
Wow, his flow, man.
Splash, 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 splash.
I think he got a little too excited there. Really splashing water on himself. Splash! Splash!
You know what, dude? Fucking Kirkland, you're getting sued, buddy. Make your calves better.
Fucking user air, dude.
On the boot, blunts, lace, no boot. Boot up, pockets on fat like a Buddha. Pull up on your horse on the scooter.
I really enjoyed this track. This was a fun track. Ski Mask's delivery was, like I said earlier, was really infectious. His switch and flows throughout the song, honestly, like kept me interested because it was probably one of the longer songs on the album so far, but it honestly felt just as short as the other ones. Like it felt so quick and in a flash because it was just so fun and full of energy. That was a good track. That's probably one of my favorites so far that I've heard off this project.
It's my favorite that I've heard off this project so far. I really liked his delivery. I actually felt like there was water splashing on me throughout the entire song.
Besides the water actually literally splashed on you?
Besides that. But it was really, really fun. This is one that I would go back to like today and like listen to it later on after we're done filming this, you know? It's like one of those. It's really good. Up next, NASCAR, and it looks like it's by some guy named Fuck It.
Looking good like NASCAR, fast life. Running trains that little one you crush.
It sounds like Mick Jenkins.
Yeah, his voice, huh?
Yes. Yeah. If you don't know who that is, drink more water.
He's doing, and on Members Only Volume 4, somebody was doing, this song is actually pretty catchy. Like his flow, his delivery. The more aggressive he gets with his delivery, I appreciate it a little bit more. And the drums are a little anxious, but other than that, it's moving at a slower pace. So to him to be kind of yelling, it's pretty effective.
You the fishy type, I just bait and wait, you gon' bite the hook. This a chess game, nigga slide like the rook. I really big fish in my salmon cup.
That was a pretty dope set of bars right there. You jump ahead, you're the sucker, you're gonna bite the hook, you know, you're impulsive, and I wait back and I'm, you know, eating salmon, you know, making money.
Posted in the bathtub, riding around my city, smoking good like NASCAR, fast life. Running.
I actually really like that song. I really like the way he was flowing with it, and I actually like the electronic beats there towards the end, but not something that I haven't heard before, but I liked it.
On this project, we've heard eerie beats, but they're kind of mumbled, like the delivery. But Fuck It had moments where he actually went a little bit aggressive, and he had moments of kind of like that boom bap type flow where he was pretty lyrical in the verses. And, you know, he had a lot of switch-ups. Like, it was actually a pretty entertaining listen. And I'd never really heard anything by Fuck It before.
Up next, King of the Dead by XXXTentacion. That's creepy. That sounds like it's out of a horror film.
Yeah,
like
sure.
some like little girls like gonna walk in somewhere and get fucking killed.
That's what I was hoping for. The heavy drums with that calm instrumentation, you know? 60s onward, you know, with Phil Spector going forward, there's a lot of drums with reverb alongside very kind of like chimey, light instrumentation, and just makes it sound so grand, you know? And this case is no different. Immediately once it hit, I'm like, ooh, I'm into it.
Age, pick up the pace, everyone, find no age, and beat on your body, my effort in vain, and needle my veins, I'll fall in the street.
The lyrics are pretty dope. Again, mumbled, but they just sound so sinister with that kind of like eerie, like in Psycho when he's going to kill that chick in the bathroom, like ear-piercing, high-pitched noises going along with like very rumbly bass, his mumble delivery. This is a great track so far. I'm really digging what I'm listening right now. The build-up It's actually working on this song. That raucous energy disappeared, and there's a lot of melodic notes going on in the background. They changed it up melodically too. You feel you're drifting to a different part of the song, but it looks like they're gonna bring you right back to that raucous energy. I'm digging this build up right now.
I'm on my mind, she feeling your eyes. I'm sick, I despise myself again. The tears never come.
It went from him singing and like a really like muffled sound, and then it was a little bit clearer, but this is like a totally different beat change.
It went way gnarlier. Like it almost was like it took what was going on in that first verse and just like cranked it up a few notches.
Like it made it like a high energy song.
The instruments got a little bit louder. Yeah, no, I'm digging this.
Cut out my eyes, feed me with lies that I will never have to see again.
Just fucking got to a Catholic church or something.
I know, we got all medieval holy right now.
I literally feel like I was in the Sistine Chapel right now. It's like somewhere in Italy right now, walking into a fucking church or something.
I felt like I was in one of those shady churches where people get sacrificed. You know what I mean? You know those churches.
It was really good. I enjoyed that song a lot.
I mean, honestly, that was one of my favorite XXXTentacion tracks I've heard, period. That was so interesting to hear. The producer did a fantastic job for him. His delivery was pretty sinister, like very mumbled and can maintain consistency, even though the music kind of would get more raucous or change around. Like the delivery was pretty consistent. It made it feel like there was like a home base, like something to go back to while everything else was kind of chaotic. He was kind of calm and chill. It was pretty interesting, dynamic going on there, and yeah, again, this is one of my favorite tracks I've heard by him.
A lot of X's music, I feel like you get like snippets or like really short songs, or you know, like that was his style. But this one actually felt like a full, complete song. Like it had a middle, a change up. It was really good. Yeah. Really, really good.
Next track is Take It There by Flyboy Tarantino.
We know him from Members Only Volume 4.
Yeah.
Take it there.
Oh.
Take it there. I was fucking on her best friend, and she know. Please believe.
You don't approve of that message?
I don't approve of that message at all.
So far, this track's okay. Kind of like cliche lyricism.
Bitch, I'm about to take it there. I take it there. Hey, bitch, I'm about to take it there. I take it there. Okay, boy.
I like this part of the song. This part's okay. That was okay. I was gonna give it a thumbs up. You know, maybe it grew on me. I don't know. I like the beat though throughout the entire song.
This really wasn't one of my favorite tracks so far of this project because we've just heard so much personality and so many different variations in the beats. This was kind of like the first track where I just kind of felt like anybody could have done it. It didn't feel individualized to me. I really didn't feel like I know anything more about Flyboy Tarantino other than he likes to fuck. Alright, the next track is Orgy by Ski Mask, the Slump God.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, I'm so gorgeous, looking like an orgy.
Gorgeous is a specific term they like to use. I wonder why they like the word gorgeous so much.
You got sauce like tartar. Had to switch it up like the border. Coaching that pussy, she call me Carter. Looking better than any fuck nigga daughter.
I thought it was pretty cool that when he did do a switch up in his flow, he said how to switch it up like the border. It was like right when he switched it up. I like when he goes more for his faster flows. The contrast between the slower beats and his sped up flow. Like I personally am a fan of that.
Trump. Very random niggas you don't fuck with. Pull up in the pop.
I enjoyed that song. I don't understand the line, I'm so gorgeous looking like an orgy. I mean, I guess if you're saying that an orgy is gorgeous, but I mean, like it really doesn't make sense to me.
A fun track. It wasn't personally one of my favorite by Ski. There was funny references and stuff like that, but overall it wasn't that intriguing to me.
Up next, very rare, Forever Freestyle by XXXTentacion.
Daddy, nigga act up. Keep the blade on me, let a nigga act up. I don't do favors, got a nigga fucked up. See what the work.
It's actually one of my favorite beats he's rapped over. It's a pretty simple beat. It's like just a looped little piano sample, but it has like that kind of soulful, I want to say church vibe a little bit.
Kind of sounds like someone is like singing something under it, no?
Yeah, what up? Dinner, yeah. Came for your fucking daughter. Let my niggas get a slot. Bands.
It's the most joyous song. We're just like,
yo, let me get your daughter.
yeah. Even his delivery, like it feels happy, but you analyze the lyrics and it's just so, you know, dirty. I thought for freestyle was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good. I actually enjoyed the song. I could see myself listening to that one again. When he said it sounded like joyous, it did. It's probably like the most upbeat sounding song that I could think of by X. But like he said, it's a very rare freestyle. Up next, Polo Man, and it's by Fuck It.
I told that blood solo dollar man, I smell solo dollar man, okay. I keep that toolie like builder man, I vote in my toolie man, okay.
I really like the way he says, okay. Like how he ends like the lines with that.
Yeah, polo man, boo, polo man, boo, polo man, boo, let's get it. Oh, yeah. She ride me chat like the polo man, I'm in my polo man, oh.
That was pretty cool how they dropped that beat in, and when he came in singing.
Hey, I blow less than TNT, your bitches giving me TOP frequently, I jumped at the country cause I could get.
That song's bouncy, man. And you know what? The other fucking track was pretty bouncy too. There he kind of like was going over this very mellow beat. Here it's definitely more trappy, you know what I mean? More traditional trap, and he's delivering on it. It's pretty bouncy.
I noticed that from like the beginning. I was like, oh, this is like a traditional trap song.
Right.
I am for it.
Yeah, but this is it's done pretty well. It's fun.
Digging in her mouth. I beat the pussy, pull it, give a pretty penis in her mouth.
Oh,
I hit the plug, I hit the blunt, I pop the stick up.
Straight up, in the mouth.
She get bullet coming on your neck. She want me to like the polo man. I'm my polo man, okay.
Dude, I love this song. I love this song so much. I really do. Like there's just something about like the beat, the pacing of the beat with the pacing of the way that he's flowing, and then when he slows it down and starts to like whisper it, that's like gold to me, dude.
Polo man, boo, let's get it. Yo, polo man, boo, polo man, boo, polo man, boo, let's get it.
Woo! That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorites on the album.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie.
Alright guys, the next track is Netherrack, I Just Won't Break by XXX and Tentacion. I mean, so far it's just a Bill O'Reilly, Marilyn Manson segment that I think I've actually showed her in the past. Just because it was just so bizarre to see Marilyn Manson being interviewed by Bill O'Reilly. But Marilyn Manson just all of a sudden comes off like this super articulate, well thought out dude. And just
he
really,
is.
Yeah, and just really exposes like Bill O'Reilly to be shown as this really shallow thinking idiot.
He is.
Put my son, what happened? To a fist fight, really with this shit. If a nigga pull up on me, might shoot a nigga dick. Right off, a nigga's off and kissing coffins.
This has like a really odd time signature to it. It has some kind of jazz sample in there, and the timing's jazz-like the way he's flowing and everything is.
Why they lock my auntie son up? Might storm the fucking station with my motherfucking gun up. Oh, fucking trust this club.
Pretty dope segment right there. This track so far has been pretty interesting listens. When he goes against those a little bit more of traditional samples, he actually does have an ability to kind of rip on them. His words just snap right at the right time, at the right beat. Like,
I'm enjoying this song so far. I actually enjoyed the second verse. With the second verse, like it kind of got me hooked.
On this track, XX and Tentacion had a few different flows so far. Like, and even the tempos felt like it's kind of changed a little bit. He does that by manipulating the way he flows.
Yeah, okay.
This project so far is containing a lot of XXX and Tentacion tracks that I would probably consider some of my favorite by him, just because of the beat choices, the way that the songs are actually structured, and they feel multi-layered. Like right there was probably 3 different segments in that one song.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. It doesn't feel like his songs are snippets as much as we're used to. These feel like more complete, a little bit longer songs. Not all of them, but some of them. Up next, Killers by Ski Mask, the Slump God.
Where them bitches said they coming, man. Press that pussy, I'm a dummy, man. Presidential, we Republican. Hannah Montana, my rubber band.
What does that even mean? Hannah Montana, my rubber band. What does that even mean? He says some weird shit sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Or maybe he's saying he's rich like Hannah Montana? I don't know.
Beat a nigga, hit a nigga with a cleaver. Vegetarian bitch, I'm trying to meet her. Learn a bitch, dig a bitch up in the telly. Pour the Henny looking like a pretty
Did you
penny.
catch that? Vegetarian bitch, I'm trying to meet her.
Jesus, you went with the fucking DMX fucking...
You're gonna cut that.
His flow's pretty infectious on this song. Like, it's stupid shit, but like, I'm pretty into it. Lo-fi audio quality really shines through.
But homeboy still got bars.
He saves it with his flow.
The free Gucci and shout out to my sativa.
Pour the Henny looking like a pretty penny. Okay, so they pissed off Kelly. Kilo money tall, call it Wizard Kelly. 100 Junior, spreading bullets like jelly.
That's relevant to 2019.
Oh shit, yeah. So I actually really enjoyed that. I feel like it was just a fun song. His bars, they were fucking funny. Like, all of them.
Quick, fun song. It was really short. Pretty much showcased Ski Mask's ability to rap really fast and throw out a lot of personality and random references. Next track is Save Me.
Wait.
What?
Doesn't Ski Mask have a Save Me part 2?
Oh, he does.
So is this part 1?
Let us know in the comments.
It kind of sounds like Tame Impala.
Bitch, nigga, got a problem. He can see me. Look like a dark night. Off-right, black tie, red lip, small pipe.
Were you expecting that?
No.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was kind of expecting him to kind of go for that lower toned, where he kind of snaps and kind of does a lot more rhymes. I was not expecting him to do his more aggressive delivery on this
I
beat.
love when he does his aggressive delivery, though.
It was a surprise, but it was a good one. It engaged me right away, for sure.
I don't ever want to live. He managed to get body to the grip. Fuck! We do it!
I like this track. I dig that chorus, man. Like earlier in the track, he was saying these same exact lines, but kind of more in a drugged out, rhythmically loose kind of way. And here it's very structured, powerful, chant-like. Like, imagine a crowd going fucking nuts during this part. Like, oh, man.
Damn it, I'm free. Snap on the beat, you play on repeat. It's YAP, if you don't know me, I'm a motherfucking genius that made up this beat.
XXXTentacion brought that kind of raucous energy before, that this is kind of like a good calm down and bringing it back down to earth and adding a little bit of that high-low dynamic.
I fuck a twin and then I fuck a twin and then I fuck a friend and then Tuesday fucking them, I'm losing him. That's my motherfucking nigga, I die for him.
I really dug that track. That was one of my favorites off this project. They had this really cool sample, like 60s pop. You can hear the chucking of an acoustic guitar. So it added like this rhythmic element to it, just a sample alone. Flows were good by both XXXTentacion and Yap Rock.
I liked the song, too. I don't think it was a favorite, but I liked it. Up next, Mia Wallace by Flyboy Tarantino.
A lot of horror elements in their music again here. Another track. Usually ends up getting really dirty.
It's like horror music that they're like putting into like a madhouse or something. Like, it kind of sounds like clowns are gonna pop out at you or something.
Quite a build-up. So far we're hitting that minute mark. Still building up.
Get to the crib, trying to get her panties falling. She been sniffing on that Coca-Cola, calling me a Wallace. Dodging pussy.
The title of the track, and obviously what he just said right there, it's in reference to the Pulp Fiction character, Mia Wallace. Because she's in that bathroom scene where she's like, bam, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom. Fucking...
Oh, I mean, the bitch does coke throughout the entire movie.
Oh, fuck yeah.
She sniffs heroin.
Yeah.
That's like the famous scene, right?
Right.
I'm just chilling, though. I've been trying to keep myself from going, bro. She need a fix. Took a bit too much. Now that bitch overdosed.
I can tell you straight out that beat was not good enough to ride out for fucking minutes on end on both the front of the song and the end of the song. Like, it was a fun beat like anything else. There really wasn't anything being added to it in order for it to qualify as a good outro, just because the song itself wasn't really that intriguing on the lyrical front. So, I don't know. Just wasn't one of my favorite tracks.
I actually liked the song, and I feel like if it would have had more verses, more song, actual, like, song written, I feel like it would have made the song better. I felt the same way. Like, you don't need minutes of music playing after you're done. I didn't mind it when it started. There was a build-up. Up next, Lunacy.
You've curved me enough, fell for all your bluffs.
It's a really kind of awkward sounding verse,
I don't like
right?
this at all.
Yeah, it was pretty awkward sounding. The lyrics weren't that engaging.
When you say awkward, that is like the perfect word. Although his pacing of the way he's flowing is off. It's not going even with the music that's under it. It's like the way he's saying his words, like he's fucking like drugged out and he can barely like say them or something.
Right. It sounds like somebody just kind of like loosely going over music, like not really like they actually sat there and structured a song.
Like there's no energy.
Yeah.
From him.
Right.
At least from the person singing it.
Blood down your legs, smile through the pain. Drugs always seem to tame you. All the vitamin.
Blood down your legs.
Is that that taking her virginity?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what that means.
Or is she on her period while you're fucking her?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming it was a virgin thing. That's kind of a gross lyric. But for sure, XXXTentacion's part is better than we heard before. The singing sections that we heard before were just sounding kind of lazy and awkward. XXXTentacion has a little bit more of technical ability, and his rapping is on pace. And there's like some good like wordplay too. Like I would drink a fifth, and she would plead the fifth. I don't know if it's enough to save the song.
Whether you want me or not.
I will have you whether you want me or not.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I will have you whether you want me or not. It's supposed to imply. That was a weird-ass line. But the rest of the track was okay. It wasn't one of my favorites. This is probably the most dragged-out song on this project. Other than the Flyboy Tarantino's track right before it, this might be my least favorite. The singing wasn't engaging at all. The only highlight of the track was XXXTentacion's rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I agree.
The next track is Tummy Tuck XXX Lick Verse.
Get your blood, I wanna taste. Get it. Pull up to your mama crib.
It's probably the first track so far that we heard on Members Only Volume 2 that had that traditional XXXTentacion sound that we heard like on Revenge and like Members Only Volume 1 where they played with that distorted bass and he kind of yells. I mean, there's a few tracks where he yelled, but they're actually over mellow instrumentation. It's like the first track that was like just down and dirty, like straightforward.
Tummy tuck, make your tummy tuck, make your bladder bust you down and out, break you down and out.
Song's fucking hard, dude.
This song's hard, but he's fucking like confessing to murder or something on this fucking song, dude.
Fucking touch you got, you get touched, LeBron, y'all could tighten up.
I really dug it. Like the bass is so heavy and really, really overpowering. Of course, XXXTentacion delivered on his, more aggressive flow just to match with that energy. It was a pretty effective track. I like that clip a lot.
I really enjoyed this song. This is one of my favorites on the album. I like when X goes hard, when he like screams and had like a little bit of like trap to it. I liked it. Up next, Playboy Bunny by Ski Mask the Slump God. I know this beat. That beat. Water! He starts one of his songs with that same...
beat reminds me of Animal Collective track Cobwebs from their Water Curses EP. Pretty sure that's not what was sampled. Could have been. Pretty sure it's not. I'm down for the blop though. I'm down for blops.
Just no thanks. Now bitches on me like we coulda made it right. Beating up the pussy, hope we give a good fight. Hey, breaking your house like I'm Santa. Hey, if there is mud in my fanta.
Break into your house like I'm Santa.
No kiss your bitch, she suck me. Can't rob, ski mask, get ugly. Bug room, 10-4 copy. Need to run around the motherfucking lobby. With the
Obviously, Ricky Bobby's reference to Talladega Nights.
I wanna go fast.
Hey, Mountain Dew and shit.
Boy bunny. No sweet backwood, niggas smoking honey. Run around the lobby like a Playboy bunny. No sweet backwood, niggas smoking honey. Run around the lobby like a Playboy bunny.
Let us know in the comments what he's talking about there.
Beat me up, Scotty. Beat me up, Scotty.
That was a fun, bouncy track by Ski. Fluctuated between flows and, it was fun and technical. Wasn't lyrically one of my favorite tracks by him, but there were a lot of funny lines in there still. Like, he's still a funny dude. And, yeah it's still a good track.
Yeah, one of my favorites on the album.
Up next is probably one of the most requested songs, Ridden Angel. So push play on that. I'm liking the sample a lot already. It's actually mixed pretty well. It has like some gain on it, so it sounds really pushed, like it's pushing a lot of air out. I'm already digging the mixing on this track. It's good. Wrists down the river, not across, wanna bleed. About like a noose around his neck, like a necklace and things like that. So he's definitely going through a harder time here. And with that euphoric type scene going on in the background, it sounds a bit angelic. Adds to the mood of melancholia that's going along with his lyrics. So it's definitely creating a really heavy atmosphere right away.
Even the line right here, grow your wings, fly away, fly away, fly away. You don't want to stay, want to stay, want to stay. Like that's, you can tell, like what you said, he's going through something.
When I think back to the kidney fails, broken promise I failed. I won't deny I held it. Right, you walk on.
That was a beautiful song.
Really beautiful. The sample was beautiful. The lyrics that he was singing, I would say more so than rapping, were heartfelt and felt genuine. I almost wished, if anything, like maybe he switched up his flow a little bit somewhere in there.
Or something, just like a little bit of change, something. Up next, Xanax by Ski Mask the Slump God. That sounds like, is it Jason? Friday the 13th? Jason is, wears a ski mask, so I wonder if, you know, if this has anything to do with, like, him doing that sound or something, I don't know.
To me, the beat kind of sounded like Kaytranada.
Okay.
Yeah, just got those elongated keyboards, they're very Kaytranada-like.
I did my think I'm a comic. Your nigga lit up my bum. My bullets want your brain like zombie. Your bitch like Miss Abercrombie. She gon'
Okay, this song went in a completely different direction than I thought it was going.
eat on my day like some Applebee's. She chew on my day like some flower seeds. Without the Twitter, she follow me. Symphony, Hennessy.
This was really good lyrics by Ski Mask, actually. The bars are dirty, but
They're so dirty.
I am the girl, but she feeling me. I pop the Zen and it's killing me. I pop the Zen and it's killing me. Alright.
that was a good track. That was one of my favorites out this project. That was fun. That was an uplifter too, because the album was getting pretty heavy so far. And personality-driven track, and Ski Mask nailed it with this flow. Fast and technical. It was pretty fun.
I thought the song was okay. It was a little dirty. I mean, I'm used to the dirtiness at this point, but...
The next track is I Am by XXXTentacion. I did this track. This track's fucking hard, dude. That beat is fucking banging. The way that the bass is coming in there, pretty well mixed. This is a good track so far.
I actually really like that part of the chorus. Ow, I'm tripping. That ow, I'm tripping line just makes me laugh.
I think that song hit pretty hard. It matched the energy of Xanax, that Ski Mask song right before it.
Up next, Save Yourself.
Always smoking green, riding in the Beamer, slaughter and daughter.
Okay, slaughtering daughters is like something that's been referenced like 15 fucking times in this project. Like, so many people are trying to slaughter daughters.
And slaughter pussies.
Yeah, why slaughter, man?
What's the pocket? Don't blow it up, got it, I throw it, I throw it, I throw it up. Drinking the cup and I pour it up. Shooting like movies, I'm shooting my Uzi, my kid.
Yeah.
I like the throw it up, pour it up, pour it up. Like, that was pretty cool.
The energy brought on this verse has elevated this track.
You know the Kill Bill movies? The beep, beep, they're doing that sound under there.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. Like, it definitely has a Kill Bill vibe to it. When they're playing the sirens, when she's about to get into some shit.
Mm-hmm. Like, anytime she's, like, about to fucking, like, kill some bitches.
This shit, it's lit, it's good, okay, my bitch, my wrist, it's ice, this shit, okay, my wrist.
Even though I don't like these breakdowns right here, I do think it's pretty cool they've been introducing, like, 100 Jr. came in and he started off his shit like that. And then now Ski Mask comes in and he starts off his bars like that. Mm-hmm. Like, right before they start ripping.
Got them bubble guts, I hit the pussy uppercut fatality, the little slut. Riding in a fucking rocket, Jimmy Neutron.
He's always referencing these fucking cartoons, like these childlike cartoons in the dirtiest fucking or most violent ways possible.
Bitch want me to see how I'm acting, but got no mirror. Bitch, I just be turning the fuck up, bitch, ain't it clear? And I'm by my door like I'm Homer, give me a beer. How the hell you get caught for a lick out there and see it?
Oh, that was a good fucking line right there, actually. I'm about my dough just like I'm Homer, give me a beer. It, like, says everything, right? It's about money and alcohol.
Took from you for the sex, but then she ducked that fucking dick, or she finesse you for your check. You talking all that fucking shit. You.
Dude, Dude, this line. But then she ducked that fucking dick, boy. She finessed your check.
Money, bitch, getting money, yeah, so, yeah,
That song was cool.
I liked that. It was good. If you can get past all the dirty shit, it's good.
Just didn't do much for me. Ski Mask, 100 Junior, XXXTentacion, they all had good parts and they all like had good flows in certain pockets. Overall, it wasn't one of my favorite tracks that I've heard off this project.
The last song, Rare Part 2 by XXXTentacion.
I've been in the wonder, I'm thinking to grab the clip. 2 or 3 niggas is dead before they can dip. I'm not in the
Old school.
blasphemous act.
We just listened to an album with someone that had like an old school sounding like thing at the end. This is like deja vu or something. I think it was Scarlord. Like, this is so different.
I like when he goes more towards that East Coast 90s hip hop type vibes.
The little nigga penicillin like the dentist did. I'm gon' hate up Dennis, fucking sentence, let's go hit a lick. Told my mother, look at this, I'ma fucking slit my wrist.
The sample is pretty interesting here. There's not a lot going on. It's kind of like going in between 2 different sounds. I think it's a pretty good sample.
They're fucking around with the pistol of concept. Can't take my youth, them fuck with the mindset. They're fucking around with the pistol of concept.
And I really like that. That was really good. He always chose really good beats to rap over. Even if I didn't like the songs, I always thought the beats were typically pretty interesting. And in this case, even though it's pretty simple, I actually really liked the sample that they used.
I enjoyed the song. This was one of my favorites off the album. I really liked when he did different sounding styles, I guess, because he really experimented with that a lot. But this was probably like the coolest song I've heard. The way he flowed, the way his voice actually came off, it was just different.
Alright guys, this is Final Thoughts, where we give our favorite tracks and we give the album a rating. So, what are your favorite tracks?
I actually have quite a few.
Ooh.
But favorites on top, and then what I like after. So favorites, Splash, Rare Part 2, NASCAR, Bitch Call Me Captain Morgan, King of the Dead, Polo Man, Netherrack, Tummy Tuck, Wing Ridden Angel, Killers. I Am, Save Yourself. That was it.
My favorite tracks, no particular order, basically the way that we listen to them. Bitch Call Me Captain Morgan, Splash, NASCAR, King of the Dead, Netherrack, Wing Ridden Angel, Xanax, and Rare Part 2. And those were my favorite tracks off this project. So if you had to give the album a rating, what would you give it?
7.8.
I want to give this project a 7.5 out of 10. The one thing I will say, I like the differentiation in styles. There was like a few different takes on hip-hop, from the samples to the way they flowed, different things like that. So there was enough variety that I was interested from most of the tracks. It just did feel a little overly bloated. There were some tracks I could honestly do without.
I'm kind of excited to hear what 3 has to offer. Alright, that's gonna be it. If you like these kinds of music reaction videos, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us out a lot.
If you have any suggestions as to what we should react to next, go down in the comment section.
Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at hearditnow.
That's going to be it, everybody. Bye.